Well, we got ourselves another Fragpunk video, guys. Thanks again and welcome back to the channel. We're still discussing the Fragpunk Alpha. Been a couple days since the last final sad day of the Fragpunk Alpha. Still kind of remembering it, reminiscing 5 days ago, and it's been really sad, but I've been thinking and I want to talk about the pros and cons that I experienced from the game, from the alpha itself. And considering how well the last video that I did, just talking about my first thoughts, I thought, hell, why not yap about Fragpunk again? So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do. Help you guys to see if it's maybe worth your time in the future when it does come out fully. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. First off, let's talk about the visuals. Fragpunk is a very pretty game. Just by the characters, guns, everything about it is very visually appealing. And not in that way, guys, all right? But in all seriousness, the game looks very pretty. It is very well made. The frames run beautifully. Everything about it was just perfectly done, especially for an alpha. You almost never see that ever happen. You usually have a lot of problems, things like that. But Fragpunk somehow just managed to nail it so hard on the alpha. And it shows a lot. The art style is beautiful. As you can tell, it's kind of got like a gritty style to it, which I love. A little bit of realism mixed with like a comical style. It's super cool. It sets it apart from many other games in this genre, i.e. Valorant and or CSGO, games like that. But yeah, I mean, not only is the art style beautiful, I think that the environments were also very detailed, and it really brought the world to life with the maps that we were able to experience in this. The second thing that I really liked about Fragpunk was the gameplay mechanics, right? Your shots go exactly where you aim. There was no random bullet drop or things like Valorant. Yeah, I know. The comparisons between Valorant and Fragpunk are gonna be a lot, but rightfully so. I mean, it's very heavily inspired by Valorant, and to me, it just kind of like improves upon it, right? It improves upon a lot of its mechanics that never really drew me in personally, but definitely is in the same genre space as Valorant. I do think that the gameplay mechanics, kind of adds like a layer of precision and skill, makes it very satisfying to play. Another unique aspect that I very much liked was the duel feature. It puts on a fresh take on the 5v5 shooter genre. It adds an exciting like one-on-one challenge that if you tie up, with the enemy team, and you kind of need like a tiebreaker, the duel comes out and whoever wins the duel wins the match essentially. So you'll go up against five, your team will go up against the enemy team on like a gulag style match, and you guys just, 1v1, and if you win the 1v1, you get to fight the next person in line. Everybody fights as long as you remain alive. I've seen somebody literally fight 3 different times because they were just that good. So if you're able to take down 3 of the enemy team, then you give less work for the remaining of your teammates. So I just thought that was really cool. The duel feature was one of my favorite things. At first, when I first started playing the game, I only got the duel twice, and then I just struggled to get another duel. But closer to the end of the alpha, I got the duels that I was craving for. So it definitely made up for it. But yeah, the duel is super fun, super cool. Next, the characters in Fragpunk. Let's talk about the characters. I think this is a big pro for Fragpunk, is that each character I think stands on their own very nicely. They all bring something unique, of course. They all have to, right? At least a big enough difference to not make them seem repetitive. The game did not seem unbalanced, which is a huge plus. All characters, there was some characters that you saw being played more than others, or like that you always saw them played, but I just think it was more because of the appeal. Some people kind of liked how some characters looked rather than others. I definitely think that each character can stand their own ground when it comes to fighting another specific character. Sound design. The sound design in this game is mostly good, which is very crucial in a shooter game like this, especially when you need to hear where the enemy is moving or your teammates are moving, just so you don't get them confused. The audio cues are very clear and help in the gameplay. They all add, it adds to the whole experience, but definitely having sound that works. It should be should be the thing that all video game developers get right, and I shouldn't be having to put this in the pros, but here we are in 2024. Sound design. Lastly, the card system. Now, before each round, there's cards that are shown that you and your team can vote for, depending on how many shards you guys have, so you can use them to spend. I think the card system is fresh, very fresh for this type of game, and intriguing for sure. It adds a good like little strategic element. It makes every single round feel different and exciting. Now, I have heard from the previous video, this was very heavily inspired. The card system is very heavily inspired on a game called Friends versus Friends. But yeah, I did just want to mention that because I have seen many people comment about Friends versus Friends. I might even make a video about that, to be honest, but that's besides the point. Now, cons. You never want to see bad stuff on a game, but every game has them. Every game has a pros, every game has a cons. The first thing about the cons in this game, I think it had limited content. Now, yes, before you shoot me, before you hang me for saying this, I know this is the alpha. I know it's in an alpha stage. I just expected maybe another little mode or something in the competitive side of things. I know there was a TDM mode, you know, that was more like your pubs. I know it's limited for right now. I just wanted maybe some more maps, some more modes. I know the characters, there was plenty of characters, so I'm not going to complain about that. I think there was plenty of characters for an alpha. You know, they'll have to add more in the future, hopefully, but yeah, limited content. Now, this one is more of a personal gripe when it comes to cosmetics. I didn't think there was enough skin variety in the game. Now, what I mean by this is that every single skin, every character had about, I think, 4 different skins. The problem with this is that they were just recolors. If I had to give a rarity to these skins, I would put them in the maybe uncommon or rare category. That's all we got. I wanted more of like your legendary style skins. There was one skin that was given to you after you did like, you know, your daily quests and things like that. It was like a pop star skin. That was the only one that changed the character's look completely. Super cool skin, by the way, but that was the only skin in the game. I know it's the alpha, but I just wanted maybe I can unlock like one cool skin per character so I can see the different styles besides that one pop star that was given. Now, this one is one that I find a little bit unique, specifically for this game. So my third cons is lack of information about developers. Now, there's also the issue of information scarcity, right? There's seemingly just no information about Bad Guitar Studio, the developers for this game. They don't have a website really, or I mean, they don't have like a social media presence. They don't have like like an official website. Now Fragpunk is actually backed by NetEase, and if you know NetEase, they're a Chinese tech company that provide like, you know, online services for a lot of these games, for a lot of games that they make. Now, what's funny about NetEase, right, is that they're actually the developer behind Marvel Rivals, which I have played and I enjoy that very much. It's interesting. They're also making Once Human. That game comes out in a couple days. Also a game I kind of want to play, but yeah, they're definitely also backing Fragpunk as well. So that, again, take that as you will. Maybe you like that, maybe you don't. So let me rephrase. So Bad Guitar Studio is a subsidiary of Thunderfire Studio. Now, Thunderfire Studio is it's a subsidiary of NetEase Games. So then you have that big company of NetEase Games that just made Thunderfire Studio, and then Thunderfire Studio made Bad Guitar Studio. I don't know, that's confusing to me. I don't really know how, you know, video game development works. I don't know if that's like a thing that just happens, you know. Just after looking it up, I did see that. But yeah, there's nothing really more about them. That's all the info that you can find, that I could find on the internet. So that's why this is one of my cons. And last but not least, it is important to note that Fragpunk is a live service game. Now, this means on the plus side that there's ongoing updates and changes, which can both be a pro and a con depending on how you feel about the model. But at the end of the day, a lot of us just don't like live service games because of the model, right? The principle of video games and things like that. It rubs people the wrong way. So I had to add it for the con side. So to sum this whole video up, I do think Fragpunk has a lot of potential. You know, from its beautiful art style, its innovative gameplay mechanics, and unique features, I do think that it will make an impression once it fully comes out next year. However, it's still in its early stages, so you never know. Maybe this alpha, you know, it was made and then the game's gonna be scrapped and then you will never see the game again. But that's besides the point. If you're looking for a fresh take on the 5v5 shooter genre, I'd say give Fragpunk a try. Fragpunk was super fun, and after scouring and looking through this footage from a couple days ago, it really made me miss the game and appreciate how beautiful it was whenever I was playing it. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more gaming content. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave me a comment down below. I really do like reading what you guys have to say and responding. But again, hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and see you next time.
Bad bitches in a Beamer, that's a big biz. Chrome heart got me kissing on his best friend. Put in work, baby, you could be my best man. Sending cash to my account, he investing. Dark shades on when I'm off the Migos. He's trying to cuff me like